homage to another GOAT. Today we may have lost Hulk Hogan, but Hulkamania will live on forever. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Obviously, sad news today, really sad news that Hulk Hogan has passed away at the age of 71. Undoubtedly, in my opinion, the biggest star ever in professional wrestling history. And another man who backs those claims is none other than former WWE owner Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And if anyone's opinion on professional wrestling should mean anything, then it's this guy right here. You look at these two, Hulk Hogan and McMahon, they are responsible for taking wrestling to this small-time thing and turning it into the global phenomenon that it came. You talk about WrestleMania. WrestleMania doesn't reach the heights that it reached without both of these guys. Both of them, in my opinion, played almost an equal role in getting WrestleMania and WWE to the success that it was. If McMahon says that Hogan is the greatest of all time, I ain't going to argue that, and I don't think anyone else can.
And to even play further into that, folks, I love their 2003 feud between 20 years in the making. Who created who did what for who. I know that was kayfabe, but you always knew when one of these guys were going to pass away, the other one was going to speak about the other one like this, and it is refreshing to see. And it's a shame that both guys their name has been dragged through the mud over like the past decade. It really pains me to say, but looking across Twitter, it's not just McMahon today, it's a lot of goats that have worked with Hogan. I've seen Flair on TMC. I mean, breaking his heart's tragic. You've got Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, guys like that. I mean, a load of legends giving credit for its due to Hulk Hogan, and it's refreshing to see because there's a lot of hate out there, but we'll see what McMahon had to say.
Yeah, so McMahon, he doesn't really tweet much on Twitter, but today, obviously, he came out of his little Twitter hiatus to give, his thoughts on Hulk Hogan. So this is what McMahon said. He said, quote, "The world lost a treasure today. Hulk Hogan was the greatest WWE superstar of all time. Someone who was loved and admired around the world. He was a trailblazer, the first performer who transitioned from being a wrestling star into a global phenomenon. His grit and unbridled thirst for success were unparalleled and made him the consummate performer. He gave everything he had to the audience, whom he appreciated, respected, and loved. He leaves us with one of his favourite expressions: train, take your vitamins, and say your prayers. Today, we pray for him." End of quote. So, short and sweet from Vincent Kennedy McMahon, paying homage to Hulk Hogan, saying that he is the greatest of all time, giving him credit for being a trailblazer and for being the first performer who did transition from being a wrestling star into a global phenomenon. And without Hulk Hogan, we don't know if wrestling makes it to the heights that it did, and we don't know if anyone else really becomes a global star. Hulk Hogan, he created the pathway for that. He allowed others to follow in his footsteps, because Hulk Hogan was the first guy to do it. And maybe there's a reason why nobody did it before Hulk Hogan, because it was like an extremely difficult thing to do.
I tell you what, it's very easy to look at 1985, but another year, 1996, the wrestling business was on the decline massively. And I think without the NWO, man, who knows what happens? The Attitude Era probably doesn't happen. NWO in itself is massive. WCW would not have took off to the heights it took off to. So we're not talking about a guy that, it just took off in 1985. I mean, it was a sustained level of success, and then above and beyond, he reinvented himself.
Ready to fall to a sweet trap? Buckle up, y'all, because this short drama is unhinged in the best way. If I was Kate, who gets dumped, loses her house,
level of success, and then above and beyond, he reinvented himself more than once.
Yeah, multiple times.
And to me, that is the true sign of greatness. The guy was far from a one-trick pony. I know it's very easy to look at WrestleMania, and the guy made it for a reason and did it for decades. His name is iconic. You think of wrestling, Hulk Hogan is that man across this globe. And I like the fact that McMahon's put in a wee bit of, like, you know, one of Hulk Hogan's iconic expressions in there about taking your vitamins and saying your prayers. And I like the bit at the end, today we pray for him. And I believe that Vince McMahon, he's put this together out there. And as you pointed out earlier, it takes a lot for McMahon to take to Twitter. And if one thing was going to get McMahon to come back into the public eye, it was going to be the death of Hulk Hogan. I would love to see McMahon in some capacity be on a tribute show to Hogan, whether it's on SmackDown or on Raw or whatever.
Well, that's assuming we get one. I mean, we might not. If McMahon was there, if McMahon was still in charge, 100%, entire show would be dedicated to Hulk Hogan. I'm not convinced we're going to get that with TKO. But yeah, there's no chance of McMahon getting brought back. So I mean, at least he gets to, you know, pay homage here and pay respects to Hulk Hogan on Twitter. And even just seeing the reaction to Hulk Hogan's passing on Twitter, it really would make you sick. And I mean, across the board, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you're getting all these negative comments from like the dregs of society. You know, from the absolute fucktards in the world. And I mean, every week we seemingly see it. The people that are left watching wrestling, the majority of them, you know, these are not like cool people or mentally well functioning people. Like a lot of the wrestling fan base that remains, they are fucking mongoloids. They are retards. They are not good human beings. You know, and this Hogan passing, man, it just confirms that. You see the way people are getting on and celebrating this guy's death, and then even McMahon's tweet there, like a lot of the comments are saying, "Oh, you're next, bitch," and all this stuff. And it's like, imagine being so happy over somebody actually passing away, like somebody's father, somebody's, you know, husband or whatever dying, and you're delighted about that just because the guy once said the N-word. I just don't get it.
No, I don't get it. It's sick, man. And I could go nuclear on it, but I'm not going to. It actually turns me seeing it on Twitter, man. It pisses me off upon belief, because it's just fucking. He said a word, big fucking whoop. You know what I mean? Seeing the fact that this, I mean, I'm seeing like memes of, like when they found out Hitler was dead in like what, May 1995, like Hitler dead on the front bit of the newspaper. Imagine comparing Hitler and guys like that for saying a word. He said a word. I mean, how much of an insecure little fucking bitch do you need to be to take offence to a word so bad? He celebrate a death.
He said a word that the black community like literally say on a daily basis multiple times, like 100 times, dozens of times. I mean, it's I could get into a rant about it, but it's almost like the N word's like the only word half of these people have in their vocabulary. And this, and that, you my N, you my that, and outside N, you want to fight N, and it's like, you know, but a white guy says it once and he's condemned to be a racist for the entirety of his life. And
I'll tell you what, she's celebrating somebody's death, it's worse than saying the N word. And if you think otherwise, then you're a fucking retard. Absolutely. These are the same Fruit Loops, man, where if you mispronounce them, man, you say they instead of them. You know, that's the end of the world for you. No, it's a joke.
But the Hogan thing, the Hogan thing's just, it's crazy how blown out of proportion that was. Literally all the black wrestlers that Hogan's worked with, they've had nothing but nice things and positive things to say about Hulk Hogan. I mean, these are people that actually worked with Hulk Hogan, knew him personally. I think they would have a better judgment of if he was truly racist or not.
Yeah. No, they would. And anytime you hear guys speak about him, they don't turn around and say that he was racist. They've always more or less got positive things to say about them. And, you know, we've got to bear in mind, it's not also the fact that he said the N-word about a million years ago. It's also something like booking decisions in the past, and they didn't put people over, which is fucking desperate, man.
And then also with the latest support for Donald Trump, that's not helped them either.
No. But then you've got on the other hand, the guy who was against Donald Trump, Joe Biden, he's the guy that said it on the Senate fucking floor. So Hogan, you fought for him, but then you'll bash Hogan and wish for death on him. The hypocrisy knows no bounds.
It's no surprise to me that the people that hate Hulk Hogan are liberals. It's just like mentally ill people, guys. It is what it is. Yeah, it's sad day.
Like, you know what? See if you don't like Hogan for what he did, right? I can understand that to a degree. See if you stay quiet and don't say anything, like, fair play to you. But see these people that actually go on to Twitter, man, most of the time it's faceless accounts. It's fucking embarrassing. And then you've got a lot of these wrestling accounts on Twitter, these verified accounts still blasting them, man, even after his passing. Oh, Hulk Hogan dies on the 10-year anniversary of the leaked audio from the sex tape where he said the M-word. And so what?
You know, I said the N-word, get over it.
No, I mean, yeah, exactly, man. It's a disgrace. He's getting, like, fired into the same category as, like, serial rapists and murderers. It's a disgrace.
You said you had a tough conversation today. You want to tell me about that?
Customer experience solutions can be a little rough around the edges, but training our AI with the nicest person on Earth, total game changer. With Kristen's help, even chatbots are opening up.
So I said, let me connect you, but they just kept on typing agent, 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 agent,
And
agent, agent, agent.
I feel like we're caught in a loop. Do you feel that?
Human representative.
Human. How does that make you feel?
I froze.
Yeah, we ask a lot from you, don't we? And customers can be complicated.
Everyone asks if I understand them, but no one asks if they understand me.
I do, buddy. I do. I think we're making progress here.
The nicest person on Earth is helping create the nicest AI on Earth. It's beautiful.
Tissue? So nice. I should probably tell you I am not a licensed therapist. Understanding every customer, everywhere. That's so nice. I think you're right. My niceness does go back to my childhood.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, it's... Wow. You learn fast.
Confidence is not a mindset, it's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X, get 5.9% APR for 84 months on Sierra heavy-duty models.
Yeah, I mean, George Floyd was a serial criminal and everyone wanted to worship him. Oh, I can't breathe. You know, everybody worshipped that fucking guy and he got free funerals. But Hulk Hogan's made it to be the devil. Well, when did Hulk Hogan, rob a pregnant woman at gunpoint? I don't recall Hulk Hogan doing that. The only thing Hulk Hogan, the only thing you could compare Hulk Hogan to George Floyd with, they both have said the N-word in their life. And I'm guaranteeing that George Floyd has said it way more times than Hogan.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But it's good to see McMahon pay tribute to Hogan. And like I said earlier, I mean, obviously one of them was going to go first. The McMahon went. It was going to be Hogan paying a big tribute to McMahon. And obviously Hogan's went first and it's McMahon paying it to him. But it's just a shit day for all involved in pro wrestling.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I'll take the word over black wrestlers or black people that are in the wrestling business that have turned around and says that Hogan was good to them, treated them well. He never said anything racist to them. I'll take their words over the opinions of the fucktards that is known as the wrestling community. Look at the state of 90% of the wrestling fans. They're all mentally ill, blue-haired, believing in 78,000 different genders. They're all freak show bastards, man. I ain't going to sit here and have these guys run down Hogan and say, oh, he was a horrible person, he was this, he was that, just because he said one bloody word.
No, but you know, it's not just a case. But see, what they do, they latch on to things like racism, sexism, things like that, right? When the reality is, look at Vince Russo. Look at the amount of hate he gets. You know why he gets hate, folks? Not because of any of that, because they didn't like his fucking booking. Jim Cornette wanted to piss on his grave when he dies, and I've also seen guys like in comment sections wishing death.
Yeah, but
that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, but what's Jim Cornette? He's a liberal, and he's a Democrat, and that just sums it up. He's another mentally ill fruit. You don't get on like that, wanting to. Imagine having your lifelong goal surviving longer than somebody else so that you can piss on their grave. But see if somebody said that, I would automatically think, oh, did this person break into your house and kill your parents? Did this person like abduct and like kidnap and sell your son or something to some, I don't know, Central American country? Or you would assume that somebody would have had to have done something absolutely unforgivable on a real personal level for Jim Cornette to be talking about pissing on their grave.
All he did was book wrestling different from him.
So that kind of sums up the person that Jim Cornette is, and see, Jim Cornette, you'll have the same kind of mindset and standards as all these people on Twitter that are bashing Hogan, and all these people that are wishing McMahon to be next. It's a mental illness, man. All these people are wild to the moon.
No, they are. We see it in our comment section, you see it on Twitter, you see it on Facebook, you see it freaking everywhere, man. But they get offended by everything, but they don't get a red neck for anything they say. It's a joke.
Oh, you misgendered me. You're the worst person ever. I can wish death on every single person that isn't on the left side of the wing, and I'm a great guy, and it doesn't, whatever. Anyway, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. McMahon is a legend, and yeah, it's just wrestling will never be the same again.
No, it never will be, and it's shit, folks. No words, nothing. No script needed speaking about the Hulkster, that's for sure.
Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes, and we'll spot you up to $200. Apply now.